big face moocher. Lightning. Who wants one of these? Lightning wants one of these. Should I give him one? Yeah. Don't tease your dog. All right, all right, all right. Never tease your dog. But okay, so he's laying down eating it. He didn't bury it this time. Very rare. By the way, aloha, kids. Anybody else is watching? I got the date down today. It's Friday. Friday the 5th, September 2025. So when you see this 30 years later, you'll say, hey, maybe Uncle Martin had something there on all those years that he was talking about stories. Stories? True stories. Hard to find true stories. And I was going to say, the thumbnail today is, I am going to start something new. Fridays. On Fridays, this is the first Friday, so it might not work out. But my idea is that it'll be question day. Any question in your little minds, big minds, out of your heart. I'd go with your heart. What are the questions from your heart that you would like to know? Maybe Uncle Martin would be able to help you. Now, I just did a video. I just put it in before this. It was a short. Somebody asked me, I think it was CJ, asked me, what is that? What is that? Well, you know what that is? It's a big tank for gasoline to be put into. See, when they make a gas station, underneath the gas station, they have tanks. That's how you fill up your car. And how big are these tanks is the question. Well, normally they're between 10 and 12,000 gallons. Wow, that's a lot of gallons of gas. But this particular post that I did was, well, it was through somebody that told me, the driver said it was 200,000 gallons. Oh my. So if you check it out, I think it's under going into the ground. Yeah. I did a short just before I did this. Okay. Now we're live. We are live. Okay. Sandjoy. Simple daily life. Good morning, Uncle. Sandjoy. That's a very nice greeting. Not lucky. That's your handle? Not lucky? Hey, how are you? I am well, by God's grace. Now, not lucky, you might want to change that handle, excuse me, someday, think about it, to Bona Fortuna. Bona Fortuna means good fortune. Actually, it's kind of the opposite of not lucky. I'm sorry, the cosmic humor keeps kicking in on me, which I've talked about before. No matter how gloomy it is out there, it's going to be positive for you as soon as you start thinking about it. Hey, N-O-L-I, no lie. Hi, no lie. Hey, you have cosmic humor too. That's fantastic. By the way, anybody that's watching, I just tuned in. Escobar Canaro says hi. Hey, Escobar. Hello to you. Hey, cool summer. Hey, man, I charge it. I change it. Hey, cool summer. You changed. Cool summer changed. Well, we did have a cool summer here in Arizona. Excuse me. Normally we get up to 122. It didn't happen this year. And they keep saying Arizona's getting hotter. These are liars. Because I've been here a long time. Back and forth from here to Jersey, Florida. And I remember, oh gosh, in the early 60s, we'd jump into the Jeep. We'd go driving right out in the desert. It was like 105 at 2 in the morning. Now our evenings are like, 89, 92. I mean, it's getting cooler. Plus, during the day, it's not hitting 122 plus that we used to have, all right? So when they say Arizona's getting hotter, by 2050 will you survive? These are liars because, well, maybe they just need more experience because I've been here. I've lived here. In fact, this year, I did not turn on, as I said before, I did not turn on my swamp cooler or air conditioner all year. And I've got the proof. When I do the episode, it'll be the game. The game. Doesn't everybody like to play games? Yeah, well, I live to play games. Mental games, emotional games, spiritual games, physical games. I live for them. Hello, Espanol. I don't speak Spanish. Although I did take sorry, 7 years of Spanish. I know more Latin than I do Spanish. Is that crazy? I know. I'm working on it. I'm working on actually Sanskrit right now. But Egyptian hieroglyphics, I'm down on. Hey, just a kid. Hey, just a kid. Hey to you too. By the way, anybody who's watching right now, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. You want to join the club, which means subscribing. I don't promote subscribing until you watch at least the end of whatever episode I have. And if you do, I guess if you don't, if you do subscribe, I'll subscribe back to you. But I want you to put eventually something on your screen that makes sense. Not just your eye opening and closing. Not just talking about your lower extremities. Yeah, it's a low vibration. I want to go with high vibrations. Hey Siri. Hey you. I need whoever's watching now, give me a question. This is Friday. The thumbnail is Friday. We're going to go with Fridays as question of the day. All right? That'll be Fridays now. Thumbnail is going to be Fridays of the day. Now, if you guys don't, who's ever watching, don't give me a question on something from your heart. I said heart. Not your head, your heart. Do you want to know? I'll give you an answer to the best of my ability. Okay, so I'm not hearing any questions, so I might have to go on to just a thumbnail. I'm just going off the cuff on a live, which is not unusual because out of the 600 videos that I have never edited anything. I have not changed one word. I have not turned off the video. I keep going. All 600 videos that I've ever done, I've never stopped. I've just done it. I pick a topic and I go with it. That's what I do. So live now is really nothing. Nothing. Because for 3 years, I haven't been live until this last month. Only a month, 1 month, I've been live. But if you look at all my videos, I've never edited anything. So I've been basically live for 3 years. Hey, what's the chances of that? Well, probably very rare, I guess. Very, very, very rare. Okay, so I guess nobody's asking me a question in time here. Because I'm in 9 minutes, man. I don't have time for all. We just have a time limit. Not really. You can go on for like hours, I guess. But I know people out there are in different countries, different parts of the state, and it's getting dark. Well, right now, after, what is it, 5:10, about 5:10 in the afternoon in Arizona. In Arizona, it's 5:10, and it's a beautiful day. It's about 100 something. Not very. I'm going to guess about 103 on September 5th. I didn't check, but I'm right within the realm. I'm pretty close usually. Okay, so the thumbnail will be now. Always ask questions. Okay, that's the thumbnail. Always ask questions. Now, as I was growing up, I gotta keep my glasses here. I'm sorry for this, but I only got one hand. And I got a dog that thinks he's going to get another goodie. Well, he will. He will in time. This one right here, I don't know what happened, but I think he licked my face. How could that have happened? Because he's waiting for another goodie. All right, let's see if this is better. Yeah, actually it is. See him? See this guy right here? See how intense he is? Because this is what's coming his way. All right. He's such a good dog. He's my rescue, Lightning. Okay, so the thumbnail today is always ask questions. Serge. Hey, Serge. Serge, I don't know if I've seen you before. Number 3. What the dog doing? What's the dog doing? Dog's a little mooch. He lives. He lives for a cookie. He also lives for, oh, look at this. See that? See that right there? See that right there? Can you see that? I don't know. I'm just guessing that you can see that. He lives for a cookie. He buries that immediately. But what he was chewing on was one of these things. It's a rawhide. And they say don't give your dogs rawhide. You know what? I've given my dogs bones. I give them rawhide. I give all my dogs everything. And they've never had a problem. And I hear all about this stuff about different dogs. I mean, like from German Shepherds out all the way. Oh, they can't take it in their stomach. Well, I don't know, but every dog I've ever had, from a 150-pound German Shepherd to this guy, they've eaten cooked chicken bones. Except this guy right here, the guy on my lap, little fluff ball. He's another rescue. He got hold of a chicken bone. He didn't do too good, so I keep those away from him. Although he has gotten, you know how the wing part of not the baby little end part of the wing, he loves them. He eats them down like chiclets. Okay. We're getting back to the question thing. Nobody's asked me a question yet, so I got to go with the thumbnail. Thumbnail is always ask questions. Now, it could be very negative. Very negative when you ask in school, when you ask questions. Now, I was brought up Catholic. I was an altar boy. I almost became a priest. But I was told I'd been a priest many lifetimes, as well as in the temples of Egypt, and I can't go there. That would be past life stuff. A lot of people believe it or don't, but I do, because I've had a lot of dreams on who I was and stuff like that. That'll be another story. I'm just saying, when I was growing up, 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade, right off the top, 3 of those in a row, I was in Catholic school up in Flagstaff, Arizona. Now, I gave the nuns and the priests a run for their money. I didn't want to. I just had a question. Just a question. That's all I had, was a question. Why would you get up when... You know why? When you have a question for someone, you will notice when they don't have an answer, they flip out. They totally flip out. And that's what I had with the nuns and the priests. Veins sticking out of their neck, out of their head, their eyes getting really big, their voice accelerating to a point of, I was amazed. I thought I was going to be hit. And they did hit you back then, but not any of the questions that I had. Now, for instance, not in first grade, it was second grade. Now, I gave my nun a run for her money in first grade. But when I got to second grade, because they pummeled me with the Bible and all the verses of the Bible. And which is a fantastic book, by the way, because it has a foundation of learning that we all must hopefully abide by, especially the part that says love, light, understanding, and do to your neighbor as you would wish them to do to you. Now, I hear people saying, do to your neighbor before they do it to you. Well, that's a reversal. And people always reverse things. And that would be the negative side. Negative side has no creativity. The negative side has nothing to work with. I don't want to hear about you. All these people trying to send me stuff now, forget about it. So we got two sides, positive, negative. And we got to be able to discern positive from negative someday. And that's when you get knowledge. When you apply knowledge wisely, then you get wisdom. Then from wisdom, you will receive discernment, which means you can discern between a lie or the truth. Hey, Wesley Sean. Hi there. I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome. We're talking about, well, any question you might have from your heart, but nobody's giving me any of this. So I got to work with thumbnail. Always ask questions. So I did that. I asked questions, well, for first, second, and third. In my second grade, okay, just was one episode on when Father came in. Father, he wasn't a reverend, he was just a father. There's a difference between fathers and reverends, just like sisters or nuns and the Reverend Mother. Yeah, they step up. They step up a notch. So I just had a regular father, regular priest, who, by the way, was always sitting in the back with his in the first grader's chair with his feet up on an empty chair. He was always. Well, my mom and dad, who were becoming teachers at a NAU, they said, oh yeah, he was only critiquing what the nun had to say. And that's what they do. They come in and assess what the teacher is saying. That's what I thought. That's what I see in my mind. I thought in second grade, since my parents were telling me that, I thought, well, that's why Father's here. No, he was there because of me. See, I already pummeled Sister with a lot of questions. The one that really got her with the veins sticking out of her head and her neck was when we were going over the last book in the Bible by John. And John said, anybody takes a word, or it was basically tamper. I believe the word was tamper. Anyone who tampers this, it was the book of Revelation. The book of Revelations. And that book of Revelation specifically says right at the top, anybody messing with this book, I'm just saying, I'm not going word for word, but basically the concept was anybody messes with this book will be stricken from the book of life. Hey man, that's pretty heavy. Even if you don't believe in a Bible, the book of life. Wow. Your soul will be taken from the book of life. Don't know where you're going, but you will not be, it sounded pretty negative. And I was only in first grade at the time. Actually, I'm sorry, it was in second grade. First grade, I asked him a bunch of other questions. So it was second grade, I asked her this question. This is not this question. And I said, all I said was, Sister, does that mean that this book, if anyone tampers with it, their soul will be stricken from the book of life if they tamper with this book? She said, Zap Zaps. Yes, Uncle Martin, that is absolutely correct. She didn't call me out Uncle Martin, but that's where I'm at now. So I said, "Oh, well, sister, does that mean that this book has been tampered with?" Oh my God. It was like I was asking, I was, she flipped. Her veins stuck out in her neck and her head, and she started screaming at me saying, "No, it doesn't mean that. It means that this book has never been tampered with. It's telling you that this book, if it's tampered with." I said, "Oh, okay, sister." And I didn't go any further. So next day, Father is sitting next to me with his feet up on an empty chair. I'm thinking, well, my parents told me that, priests come in and they assess what the teacher's saying because they were like semi. Hey, Wisely Sean, you're still there, huh? Okay. All teachers get assessed by a principal usually. This is a father. He was in charge. So in my mind, I was thinking, well, she's getting assessed. Maybe because of her outburst yesterday. But that wasn't the case. He was there because of me. And I didn't realize that. Not until years later when I thought about it. Because when he gets up there, he starts passing out all these St. Christopher medals. Well, not medals. St. Christopher, as I told you before, I was born under his feast day. So St. Christopher is a patron of he's a patron of the highways. It was a big thing back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I don't know, somewhere in there they took him off the saint list, but then they put him back on. I think it was because they weren't selling enough medals. I can't prove it, but what he had was St. Christopher. It was cloth. It was like a little square thing, little square thing with a picture of St. Christopher with, Jesus on his side and going across the water. And on the back, it was just kind of like whatever writing it was. But it was like not that it was cheap, but it wasn't a metal. It was just like cloth. And he was handing them out. And I said, "Hey, Father, I was born." He says, "I know." But he gave me one anyway. So now he's up there, he's talking about Adam and Eve. How Adam and Eve, they were the first ones here. They were the first ones here, Adam and Eve. And they had two sons. The two sons was Cain. Well, I believe Cain was first. Anyway, Cain and Abel. I'm going to say Cain was first. Yes, he was first. It's all coming back to me now. Why that would be another topic. It's an esoteric topic I can't wait to get to. So Cain and Abel, they gave homage to God. Now Cain gave crummy stuff. Abel gave good stuff on these sacrificing things that they sacrificed. And I'll go into sacrificing another time because it's been I go into it right now. Sacrificing is not for plants, not for animals. The sacrificing aspect is we as human beings are sacrificing our lesser self, the animal self within us. We are sacrificing up to God that we will no longer partake in the lower energies, but we will go for the higher energies. And that's a very simplistic way of putting it, but that's what I understand to be true. So I asked Father, I said, that's what I'm saying. He went through Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel. I guess I let him get up to about where Cain killed Abel. Very negative. Then Cain said, he was cursed. Cain was cursed, and he had to go for like he had to go through the earth cursed. Cain had it. Cain wasn't looking very positive for Cain. But then Cain said to God, he said, "Oh God, but what if somebody kills me?" And I'm thinking in my mind, there's only Adam, Eve, Cain, and Abel, technically. And God says to Cain, "If anybody does harm to you, it'll be 7 times 7 on their head." Okay, so that's about the time I raised my hand. I had to, because I heard enough stories about the Bible. At second grade, I knew enough to ask some questions, pertinent questions that have not been answered to this day. As far as the Bible goes, I mean, they've got their ideas, I guess, but okay. So this is the question I had. I said, "Father, why was Cain so upset about being cursed and having to roam the world and worrying about who's going to kill him?" I said, "Who's caring? Hey, Pikachu, where the heck have you been? Sorry, I'm here late." Hey, don't worry, Pikachu. This is on Question to Father. It's a very simple question. It was after he gave Adam and Eve's story of Cain and Abel. And Cain is now asking God, why should he? Cain is in fear of his life. And he says, what happens if somebody hurts me or kills me? And God says it'll be 7 times 7 on their head if they do harm to you. And then that's Pikachu. That's when I asked my question to Father. I said, "Father, where is the land of Nod?" I didn't stop there. I said, "Father, what was the name of Cain's wife?" That is when Father flipped out, veins out of his head, out of his neck, and started See, by that time, Sister had brought me in front of her desk because I was by the window. I was looking out the window a lot in all 20 of my schools that I did graduate on. And so I thought Father was going to jump over the desk and start hitting me, but he didn't. I think it was because the desk was there, because he had no answer. He had no answer for that. And as we look biblically into this question, what they come up with is the wife of Cain was from a relative from his wife, and the land of Nod was eastern. It was from the east of Eden. Now my question is, if there was only Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, I mean after Cain took out Abel, well, he was a bad seed, I guess, at that point. But then Seth was born. So it's never mentioned any other people. Okay? That's what I'm saying. There's some missing things in this big book. But it is a foundation. It's a foundation for love, light, and understanding. Don't you forget that. Pikachu, I got a new girlfriend at school today. Pikachu, that's fantastic. What's her name? Pikachu, what is your girlfriend's name? Hey, Jose Henderez. Hello, my name is Julia. Well, Jose Hernandez. Jose Hernandez, your name is Julia? That's very interesting. Hello, Julia. Okay. Hadil. Hello, sir. Hello, Hadil. You got a watermelon. You like watermelon? You know what? Watermelon is excellent. You know why? Because it has so many properties that you need. Now, a little secret to that is that when my dad had Parkinson's, that's one of the things that we helped him with was we had a juicer. I believe it was a Champion juicer. Norfolk is probably the best to buy. It's a little more expensive. Can I ask you a question? Yes, Hadil, you may ask me a question. So the watermelon situation is when you just when you just eat the red watermelon itself, it's just sugar juice. When you take the when you take Champion juicer and you take the skin, the rind, the melon itself, and the seeds, and you juice it, it has so many nutrients in it. You could live off it for like over 30 days. I know because I lived off it for a couple of weeks with wheatgrass. It was a combination of both. But that'd be another story. Okay, Hadid, do you support the cause? The cause is, I believe what you're talking about is Iran, Iraq, and all that stuff. The starving of the people. I think that's very negative. Whatever you're, okay. You have to understand what you give out, you get back. If you have hatred, that hatred will come back to you. I believe in, there's a big earthquake over there that happened to a lot of people. I believe it was the Taliban. The Taliban has been screaming hatred for America for so many years. You get a big earthquake. Could be just a coincidence. But what I'm saying is what you give out, you get back. As far as Hadil, Palestine, yeah, I know you're in Palestine. Palestine, over there, there's been a conflict for thousands of years. And that conflict has been hatred. We have to get that hatred down to a neutral, just neutral. And from the neutral, we can go more into love, light, and understanding. You're not going to go hatred right into love. It just doesn't happen that way. But the killing has to stop, is what I'm saying. Wars have to stop. And if these killings and these wars do not stop, this planet is coming into a new birth. And the new birth is a higher vibration. Mankind is coming into a new vibration. And if we don't come into this new vibration, Mother Nature will make you do this. It will come down on you so hard, like it has in the past. If you followed me, the polar shift and a lot of stuff that happens, and it's happening right now, is going to come. It doesn't have to happen on a cataclysmic action. People come together with more love and understanding and light. It will not happen. All right? Graphics. Hi. Oh. What I'm saying is we can avoid this. It's like in the Bible, book of Job. Job, yeah, he had a mission and he didn't want to do his mission. He ended up in a whale's belly, and then he got spit out, and then he ended up doing what he was supposed to do. And that whole town, by the way, if you remember, the whole town turned around, didn't do the negative things they were doing, and the wrath of God was not put upon them like it was prophesied. And that's all I'm saying. These negative prophecies are for a reason. It's for mankind to turn around and say, I want more love, light, understanding. That's all. And start promoting this. Not hatred. Not killing. Got to stop. That's all. So no, I'm not for any of that starvation on any level, all right? Hey, Helen Rose. Handsome, how are you doing? Are you feeling good? Helen Rose, I am feeling more than good. I feel fantastic. By God's grace. Desmond Amore, that was Joshua, not Job. Just clarification. Joshua, not Job. Whoever the guy was that got sucked into a belly's whale, that guy. He was supposed to go out and they threw him overboard, and that's when the whale got him. Greetings from Southern Arizona. Southern Arizona, Desert Amore. I didn't know you're from Southern Arizona. So, Helen Rose, you think I'm a handsome man? Well, God bless you. That's all I can say, you know. Everything on the outside, exterior, it's only skin deep. It's what's within the heart. If you have a good heart and you listen to your heart, that's the way to go. Okay. Um, Helen Rose, I don't remember seeing you. You gonna join the club here or what? Um, so Father flipped out on me on that question. It didn't stop me from asking questions. All right. I basically started asking more questions, and graphics, dang, 32 minutes late. Hey, graphics, you didn't miss anything. This is under the thumbnail of ask a question on Friday, but nobody asked a question. Well, a couple people did, but I'm already into this thumbnail, which is always ask a question. And that's the thumbnail. Because when you ask a question when you're in school and they don't have an answer, they're going to say, follow what's in the book, which is not a good answer. Or they'll say, they'll turn it around like it's your fault for asking a question they don't know the answer to, which is very negative. And they did that to me all my life when I was growing up in Catholic school, public school, whatever school I was in. I went to 20 schools. I did graduate. And I learned a lot, especially my four fourth grades, as I've gone on to before. If you ever have time, check out Vikings versus Columbus. That's an eye-opener right there. Helen Rose, nice to meet you. Helen Rose, it's very nice to meet you too. Hey, graphics, you have a question? About time somebody asked me a question. What's your question? Come on, throw it at me. Give me a question. Hey, see, I'm guessing it's King CJ that changed his handle. Hey, Shy, I'm sorry you're late. You're guessing. Sorry you're late. Well, since you're so late, you can maybe watch the rerun of this when I repost it and give me a comment, all right, on what you think about it. Because it is question day on Friday. Graphics, why did you go to so many schools? Now, graphics, that's a very good question. Considering my dad graduated NAU up in Flagstaff, my mom was also a teacher at that time. Even though she didn't have enough credits, they still pulled her in and she did English and history. And, okay, is every Friday question day? Yes, CAA. Every Friday is question day from now on. As of September 5th, 2025, Friday is question day. And I was going to put that under that episode. I was going to do it. I didn't have enough questions. So it's now, it's going to be, thumbnail, always ask questions. Graphics, hi, CC. And say, hi, graphics. You guys know each other. Hey, how fantastic. So finishing up with you, graphics, why did I go to so many schools? I think because I I was meant to. The only reason I know so much now is because I went through the hurdles of 20 schools. And if I didn't do that, I would have, like all my friends, they went from like kindergarten to 8th grade grammar school, and then they went to high school, and they only went to 2 schools. I got all these friends of mine that did that, just 2 schools. I mean, like from grammar school to high school, they only went to 2 schools. So what are you going to learn? What are you going to learn in that in one state? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I went from Jersey to Arizona back and forth all my life, and I learned a lot. And then we stopped off in Florida a few years, but I'm not going to go there. Okay, graphics. So remember him from the first stream I came to. Hey, you guys must be buddies then, huh? You remember things. CA. Oh, you were there, graphics. You two should get together. I think you'd be a nice couple. I'm no matchmaker here, but sounds like something maybe down the road to look into. So we got Nuns, priests don't have an answer. Never stop me from questioning. All right, that's what I'm saying. Always question. Graphics, are you male or female? I'm gonna guess graphics is female. CAA, you're asking. What are you, 12 years old? You're asking. Ah, male. Graphics is male. Well, you still can be buddies, you know. There's not going to be any outcome years down the road as far as prodigy goes, but you can still be friends. That's the way the law works. Two X's and a Y and an X. That's how you get offspring. Two X's and just a Y and X. They don't get offspring. You got to have the XX and YX to have offspring. This is a law. I don't know if anybody's told you that, but this is a. I did one on sex education there. I don't remember which one it was when I got, you know, it was back alive a way ago. So graphics, I cannot tell you that. Graphics, you already said that. You already said what you were. How old are you? Graphics. He's getting personal. How old are you? Now, old is a problem because that's the limitation. How much experience you have is less experience. How much experience you have in life is less of a limitation. As I've said that before. Me and graphics are the only ones watching. No, that's not true. There's a lot of people watching, and they're just not pushing the button so we can see who they are. See, that's what happens. Unless you push the button, that's the way it goes. See, Baragorn. Baragorn, hey, Uncle, how are you? I'm doing great, Baragorn. Baragorn, I'm doing fine. Baragorn, hi. See, all you have to do is push that live button, and then you will see who you are, where you are. All right? Barton. Baragorn. It's Baragorn, not Barton. And, yeah, Baragorn. That's the guy. And, hi, graphics, and Baragorn. Hello, hey. Hey, everybody. So, I was always asking questions growing up, and I got a lot of flack from that, you know, and it never stopped me from asking questions, is what I'm saying. Keep asking questions. In fact, that's the red flag. When you ask a question and people start flipping out with their brain, the veins sticking out of their head, out of their neck, that's when you're asking the correct questions. I don't care if it's a professor, I don't care if it's a nun, a priest, or a teacher. When they flip out on you, that means you're on the right trail. Because they don't have the answer for it. They're very upset about not having the answer. And now it's your fault for asking that question, which is not your fault. You're just trying to improve your discernment. Because knowledge, correctly applied, is wisdom. And with wisdom, you get discernment. Remember that, discernment. Discernment is something we don't have on this planet very much right now. You got people flipping out, they're flipping out all over because they don't have control over their subconscious, which is all the emotion, has no logic. Subconscious has no logic. Your conscious self, what we're speaking from, has logic, all right? All right. Life is a journey. Hi, grandfather. How are you? Life is a journey. I'll tell you, I am well by God's grace. And life is a journey. It can be a happy journey or a sad journey. And it's our concept. The discernment part is so necessary because you're getting fed a lot of poo in school. I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm just saying that's what these books are showing you because they don't have... See, that's what I'm saying. I told my teacher in my fourth grade that this book is a lie. It's wrong. The Vikings were here first, not Columbus. And she said, Do you realize what it would cost to change all the books to where the Vikings were here first? Can you imagine the money? And I said, I don't know. Just saying, this is a lie. She says, you want an A? I want an A. Follow what's in the book. And I already told her it was a lie, but I knew where she was coming from that point, okay? Life is a journey. I SM from Bangladesh. Bangladesh? I love India. Go India. You're the ones that gave us a zero. Without the zero, we couldn't count past 10. So yeah, I'm blurring up. Oh, is it because of the sun? Hold on a second. Sometimes that happens. Sun comes in or something. Is that any better? Let me know. Yeah, Uncle Martin. Are written by the ones who have power, not by truth itself. Paragon. Yeah, Uncle. History are written by the ones who have power, not the truth. You are very correct, sir. Or individual, whoever you are. We have our history being rewritten as we speak right now, all right? And so you can think about thousands of years ago, it's a total lie. All of the stuff we got is pretty much a lie as far as history goes. They don't teach you kids about the Atlanteans, about the Lemurians, about the Mu culture that I knew about when I was 14 and 15. I'm going to go into that, I promise. It's a little better to try wiping it off again. Thanks, I appreciate that. Hold on, guys. Ooh. Hope that's better. I kind of, oh, could be the sun, could be whatever. A little different angle. Let's look at it here. Okay, it's a little better. Try wipe it off again. I did. Hopefully you can see me now. I know. Can you see me? Can you see me okay? It's better? Oh, God bless you. Yeah, if I don't hear this stuff, you know what? I was, in some of the past episodes when it was 116 out here, I was melting. I was melting like the wicked witch of the West. Oh, I'm melting. And it wasn't even raining. By the way, witches hate water. That would be another story. Hey, know who that is? That's my rescue. That's my little rescue. Yeah. He's a skipper. His name is Skipper. Skippy. He was almost run over out in the freeway. Somebody saved him. So when I heard that, I said, what's the name of this dog? She says, dog. I said, no, you can't. His name is Skippy because he skipped away from harm. She says, you want him? I said, nah, I got a dog. She says, well, why don't you get rid of him? I said, nah. At the end of my shift at work, I went and got him. I couldn't help it. Who couldn't go get a rescue dog, you know? Graphics, how many dogs do I have? I only have 2. I'm looking for more. I'm looking for a 150-pound German Shepherd. The reason being is I had a 150-pound German Shepherd, and German Shepherds are the best. Not the best, but my preference. I had a German Shepherd Chow, lived to 13, and that dog would go out in the desert with me, catch a rabbit every day, eat it, and come back and eat her meal like it was nothing. German Shepherds are just fantastic dogs. They have an intelligence. Not that other dogs don't, but it's just on a different level. Okay. It's Friday. Fridays from now on will be question day. But the thumbnail today is never stop asking. Always ask questions. Got to keep it short. Always ask questions. And if you do that, you will always get the answer. Eventually you'll get the answer. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. That is a law. It's an esoteric law. Graphics, I can make videos but it won't have sound. Well, graphics, what you got to do is there's a little button with it's kind of a microphone thing, and you got to push that before you send it out. I think that's how that works. Because you're muted. Yeah, it's under the mute button. So you push the mute button, and then you should be able to get sound. Yeah, that's from what I understand. I'm still trying to figure out. All right, you little slob. Got one more guy here. Where'd you get that grass from? He's a grass eater too. I don't know if you saw that. But what happens is I still cannot figure out. I've got all these questions in front of me, and I've got other people that have gone live, and they have these questions after they put the repost up, and I don't, after I repost, I don't have any of these questions, and I don't have graphics, I don't have CJ, I don't have Sargoom, I don't have anybody out there, okay? Okay, I will leave the stream for a little and try it. Yeah, give it a shot. Okay, so the sun's coming down. Looks like it's coming down on me. We're burning daylight here. We got to keep asking questions, all right? Look at this guy. Would you look at this guy? He's my favorite. Not really. Well, Lightning's gone. Lightning's gone. He doesn't know that I just said this guy is my favorite. He's Skippy. He needs a bath again. He needs a trimming. Every time I bring the scissors out just for a little bit, he wants to bite my fingers off. I think somebody got a little too close. And yeah, he's saying hi to everybody. He's saying hi. Yeah, he's a good boy. Hard to find good dogs. He's a rescue. Okay. Yeah, I got 2 dogs, and I'm looking for more. Hey, Baragorn, cute dog. He's more than a cute dog. He's a lovely dog. He when I first got him, you know what happened? He attacked my cats. My 2 cats inside the house. He attacked them. I said, Skippy, you can't do that. So I put him outside. He was howling all night long. I didn't care because there was a big. Well, I got a big doghouse for my other little joker, Lightning, and I said he can go sleep in there if he wants. But he howled all night long. In other words, he was a cuddler. This guy's he cuddles. You can tell he cuddles. Look at him. He's a cuddler. What a little cuddler. Hey, he's a cuddler. How could you not be a cuddler? So, it only took one night being outside with no cuddling. And know what happened? The next night when I brought him in the room, he was very friendly to both my cats. It only takes sometimes one day or a few hours for you to get messages across to your animals. You don't have to beat them. You don't have to starve them. Just have to show them who's boss. See, you are the alpha, or they walk all over you. And there's no way in heck I was going to allow this dog to walk all over me, as much as I love him. So that's what you got to do. You got to be a little stern, but still loving. It wasn't like freezing outside, so the dog had no problem, other than he loves the cuddle, the little cuddler. He cuddles. All right, go back there. Can't go sideways with this thing. Okay, hey, Joaquin. We're on, said hi. Whitron. Hey, Joaquin. And Joaquin Whitron says hi. Hey, hi. And by the way, everybody from India, I love you guys. Canada, I believe I've got people from Nova Scotia, Netherlands, UK, Canada. There's a big list of people that are following Uncle Martin. That's fantastic. I want to say hi to all of you, especially Greenland and India. I love India. I will be going to, yeah, you big slob. There he is back again. There he is back again. You know who I'm talking about, don't you? The Cookie Man. There you go. That guy. He loves cookies. He loves rawhide. So yeah, India. You got like millions of people starving over there. I already went over that on one of my lives. I don't feel that's very positive. Any country being starved, especially the United States, with all the money we got. There's no reason anybody or any child should go hungry at night. Um, I stand by that. Okay, guys. This is Friday. It was Ritron. Hi. Well, King. So everybody out there that's coming in late or early, just check out when I repost this. You'll be able to see some of the questions. And if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. Uncle Martin will get back to you. This is the first Friday of Ask a Question. And not enough questions were on this first one Friday. So it's going to be always ask questions is the thumbnail. Now I want from everybody that's left out there to give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. A comment would be excellent. And if nothing else, join the club, share Uncle Martin, and that would be great. I'll get back to you on that. Whatever I find my phone, I will upload like 5 uploads to support your channel. What are you saying, graphics? Whenever you find your phone, I will upload like 5 videos to support your channel. I don't really know what that means other than, give me a thumbs up or down. Give me a comment, I know graphics, you already joined the club. All you have to do now is share Uncle Martin with everyone that you know. That goes for anybody else that's left watching, because I got so many videos. I have over 600 now, and they're all pretty much this last month they've been live. But the other 600 that I have are live basically because I didn't edit anything. I kept the camera going. I just didn't stop. It was live, even though I didn't have live on there. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Baragon, Uncle, I am actually EZIDIS. I have both Christian and Muslim religion. Well, that's fantastic because both those religions basically are. Do you know what they're saying, Baragon? With both those religions, I mean, I know there's the Old Testament and the Quran has some things in it, infidels and stuff, but when it comes down to it, they call God a different name, but that source that is God is the very same. And I know both cultures, Islam and Christianity, preach love, light, and understanding. Then from there, they kind of go off on a different tangent. And the tangent is that, well, on both sides, if you didn't join the club, you had to die. At one point, Christianity had the same concept as the Muslims, which is rather negative. If you don't join any club, you're going to die. You should have free choice, and that's what I'm saying. Everybody in this lifetime should have always free choice. Anyone who takes free choice away from you is negative. I don't care who they are. Because most of them are going to say, it's for your benefit that we do this for you. No, it's not for your benefit at all. You get to choose. You get to choose hot. You get to choose cold. And if you take that away from me, that's negative. That's the easiest way I can put it rather than saying good and evil and all that. Okay, yes, there are yes, there are only one God, but people has discovered his religion to be 3. Yeah, the religion of 3 is basically, That's basically who we are we? Do we not have a subconscious? That part that we cannot see. Then we have our conscious self, which we do see, some of us. Then there's the higher self that is hopefully, well, there's no hopeful about it. It's guiding us, the higher self. And it's for us to be aligned with our subconscious, conscious, and higher self. So some say there's 3 levels, but actually there's 4 levels. Actually, there's more than that, but I'm just keeping it simple. So we have our subconscious, our conscious, our mental, and spiritual. So we have 4 right there that there's people are contesting because they only go by what we see, what we see, what we smell, what we taste, what we can hear, and what we can feel. These are the 5 senses, people, that are very limited. Not, they just have more things to learn. This is a learning planet. You can't blame anybody. Just what they believe at this time. And remember this, whatever you believe will exist in your life. So take care on what you believe. Because whatever you believe, and then you, whether it be right or wrong, whatever you believe, when you go against it, that's when maladies come onto your body. Okay, I'll go into that at another time. When we bring sickness on ourselves, I already went over that in one of my episodes when I didn't eat. I'm going to change it to liver and onions. Okay, it was alive, but I don't have it under liver and onions. I'm going to change that today. It's liver and onions. Please check it out. At 6 years old, I was able, through hatred, and it's always through hatred. Through hatred, mild dislike, superstition, doubt, and fear. But I had so much hatred toward liver and onions. I brought something on myself that I never had to eat liver and onions again. So I don't know what the live is right now, but as soon as I'm off this, I'm going to change it to liver and onions. And please check. Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's under right now. You make me sick, which is not true either, because people don't make you sick. You make yourself sick. And that's what I was trying to get across. All right. I'm going to change it as soon as I get off this thing. Baragon, Uncle, I love listening to you. We need more people to discover your channel. Hey, you know what, Baragon? You're from India. You got to have some friends over there. I have like 5% from India that's watching me. So I want you to tell your friends, your family, and to tell them to tell their friends and their family. Because, well, I was told in many past lives I was in India on many levels. I love India, and I will go to India by the time of, before my transition, I will go to India. It'll be at the bottom of the Himalayas, and I will have people that are waiting for me, that I know will be waiting for me, okay? Baragon, Uncle, no, I am not from India. You're not from India? I thought you, oh, Muslim. Okay, so from Iraq and Iran, anybody you know, tell Uncle Martin that you know about me, all right? Because I love Iraq, Iran. I've got some stuff on that. The Quran is basically a good book. It's been manipulated to a point, just like the Bible has, and people don't want to hear that. But that's what happens when people in power start changing history, which has happened time and time again. It's happening right now, as I said. And thousands of years ago, heck, what do we got? We got all the books that we're supposed to read. So that's why I say, go to Sumerian, Atlantean things, the Egyptian papyrus stuff, Nibia. Nibia has a, well, it was destroyed, but they got the clay tablets that they're putting together again. The library is getting put back together. And then there was all the stuff from these clay tablets. They couldn't destroy it, so they're putting it together, and they're getting all this information from the Dead Sea Scroll stuff that's not been put in the Bible, and people are flipping out over it. But oh well, this is information. Maybe that's why it was destroyed. I don't know. Okay, I'm living in North L. My origins are from northern Iraq. Zipidus people. All right. So you have a foundation. You're working from a foundation. We all have foundations that we work from. When I was in first grade, I was going to go make my first Holy Communion, and I asked Mom, I said, why? Why are we Christian? I said, there's the Buddhists, the rabbis, and I went through like 4 or 5, like Baptists and all those guys. And Mom says, this is the foundation that we have decided on. And we all need foundations, and that's what I'm saying. Graphics, I have to go. I will see you at live stream tomorrow. Fantastic. Barragon, the Netherlands. Barragon, Netherlands. Netherlands? Are you part of the people from the Netherlands that are following me? Because I got a bunch of people from the Netherlands. Is that you and your family? I love the Netherlands. Netherlands, Greenland, anywhere over there. Because I am basically a Viking through my heritage. That's why I threw axes to this day, knives, shoot the bow, and it's in my blood. All right, Netherlands. So you're from the Netherlands. All right. So Bergorn, tell your friends in the Netherlands that Uncle Martin is still waiting for more to join the club. Okay. Okay, we're over an hour. Oh my God, how did that happen? I guess some of the questions. So from now on, the Fridays will be question day. It'll be it'll be question day, as the thumbnail goes. And if nobody gives me a question, I'll have to make something up myself. Not make it up, but I've always got something in mind as a thumbnail. This one was just right off the cuff, live off the cuff. That always, the thumbnail, always ask questions. And I have a little guy with his hand, why would that be? Because it's very important. Okay, until we see each other again, please give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Watch the rerun of this to see maybe if you see any questions. I don't know, maybe you guys get to see the questions after I post this, but I don't see nothing. So that would be my request is, do you see any of the questions that I get to see now? Okay, so until then, be well. God victory. I'll see you tomorrow. So it'll be Saturday the 6th, day before the full moon. I already did one on the full moon, but yeah, okay. Take care. God victory.